When the Second World War ended, I mean, Europe was divided by, as Churchill put it in 1946 in his speech at Forton, Missouri, an iron curtain. And so you had Russia and the satellite countries of Eastern Europe faced by the United States and the countries of Western Europe, led by Britain, but obviously in a very diminished role. And of course, gradually, the nuclear armaments and arsenals of both powers, superpowers, Russia and America, are built up. And there is always this constant threat of a nuclear war in the period that Ian Fleming is writing these books.
This meeting crystallizes the Allied resolve that Germany shall be beaten unconditionally and that lasting peace shall prevail throughout the world.
Espionage was rife on both sides. It was a Cold War, but it was very hot in espionage terms. And Fleming kept abreast of a lot of that. I mean, he was very careful to keep his contacts up with MI6 and MI5 and to find out exactly what was going on, or as near as he could find out what was going on.
Well, Ian Fleming starts writing his first James Bond novel, Casino Royale, in 1952 at the height of the Korean War. North Korea had invaded South Korea in June 1950, and the United Nations had gone to South Korea's assistance.
Troops started an encircling move of the North Koreans. Well armed and equipped, they moved steadily forward toward the Manchurian border under an air cover that hammered incessantly at North Korean supply lines and industrial centers. History may well record that air power spelled the difference between victory and defeat in the opening phases of the struggle.
Of course, 1961 there's the crisis over Berlin and the building of the Berlin Wall. Well, I think the closest that one did get to a nuclear war was in October 1962, with the Russians sighting their missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles off the coast of the United States, and there was this standoff between President Kennedy and the Chairman Nikita Khrushchev, and you know, as the American Secretary of State said, the other guy blinked.
Castro marks the second anniversary of his revolution with the biggest military parade ever staged in Cuba, featuring tanks and other heavy weapons from Russia and Red Czechoslovakia. Shortly afterwards, Castro demanded the United States Embassy drastically reduce its staff to 11 persons. It was the last straw in his long campaign of provocation and harassment. President Eisenhower broke off diplomatic relations with a message read by Press Secretary Haggerty.
There is a limit to what the United States in self-respect can endure. That limit has now been reached.